Hello everyone. I decided I needed to demonstrate the Pancake Lab because it's a little bit different. So I'm going to make the screen bigger here and turn my computer so you can kind of see what I'm doing. The recipe is in the lab for pancake experiment. Obviously I ran it off, but you can bring it up on your iPad. You're going to be adding ingredients one or two at a time. The first one is a cup of flour and a cup of milk. I'm going to add those into my bowl. I'm going to use a wire whisk. And I'm going to want to use the wire whisk throughout my pancakes so they don't get lumpy on me. And I've got my pan heated. Now I'm using a saute pan. You could use a griddle if you have one of those at home. I always use my saute pan. So then it says to make a tiny drip. Oh, I should say too, to test your griddle or your pan, going over to my water here, I can, plenty hot, so I'm going to want to turn that down. If it jumps like that, I know it's ready. So I'm going to make a pancake that's like the size of a dime or a nickel. I'll turn my pan so you can see that. Then on my sheet it says I'm going to cook this, and I'm going to describe the taste, the flavor, and the texture. Flip it over. Then when it's done cooking, I'll put it on here, and then I would taste it. I'm not going to taste them all now as I'm doing this. I take my little drip and get it out of here. There it goes, onto my plate. So then I would describe the texture. It's rubbery, the flavor, there's no flavor. The color is white, but it did turn a little bit brown. Then I'm going to my next step. Add 1 egg. And you'll notice that I put all the ingredients out so I would be ready, so I wouldn't be running around the kitchen. That's called mise en place. Means everything in its place. And some of you, I notice, have done that with your labs, especially the cookies. That's great. So then I'm whisking in my egg. Excuse me. And then I'm going to make one tiny pancake again. Just a little drip. I'll hold it up again. So it's about a penny, dime size. And then I'm going to cook that one. I'll flip it. It doesn't take too long when I can flip it here. It's hard when it's it's easier when I'm using the griddle at school because then I can just flip it a lot easier. So you'll see it kind of gets a little brown in there. That one out. And then I would have to, again, taste it. You could taste it, or somebody in your family could taste it for you as well. Texture, flavor, and color. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So I've got my 2 teaspoons here, and I'm going to wire whisk it in. And we should remember that baking powder is a leavening agent, which means your drip should probably puff up a little bit. Okay, get my spoon. You could try it off the end of your wire whisk, but I think a spoon is a little bit easier. So again, I got a little drip. The reason I don't want to waste too much of my batter is at the end I won't have pancake batter to make the pancakes. You only get a few then. This way, you just do little drips, and I know you won't be able to see this very well, but it did puff, maybe a little bit on the side. It did puff from the first 2 that I did. So then I will take that one out, and the same thing. I'm going to, except not put it under my fry pan. I'm going to taste it. I'm not going to dive for it now because I don't want to burn myself. I want to taste it for texture and flavor and color. The next ingredients are a tablespoon of sugar and a half a teaspoon of salt. And I mix that in. So see, even a foods teacher has things go wrong. Can't believe that went under my pan. That's okay. I did the right thing by not diving after it. Okay, so I got my sugar and my salt. And I'm going to take my spoon and do another little drip in the middle of my pan. And let that one cook. And then when that comes off, I'm going to again do texture, flavor, and color. My last step is 2 tablespoons of oil. And I mix that in. And now I have pancake batter, but first I need to, oh, look at the nice color on that one now that I've added the sugar. And then this one, I'm still going to need to do a little drip, even though it's my pancake batter. Now I'm ready to eat, to make them. I should again remind you that that last one with the sugar and the salt, again, somebody will, whether that's you or somebody in your family, will taste it and describe texture, flavor, and color. All right, I've got pancakes. Now I'm going to try to make pancakes. Some people use a scoop. I'm going to take my wire whisk out of there. I'm going to use my 1/4 of a cup measuring cup. Take that off. Get my 1/4 of a cup here and make my first pancake. And of course, you're eating them, so you can decide how big you want to make them. If you're new to making pancakes, you probably want to start out with what I call the silver dollar pancake, because it's a little bit easier to flip. And then how do I know if it's flipped enough? Or excuse me, if it's time to flip? I'm going to be looking for lots of bubbles, and I can peek. Let's see, is it brown? No, it needs a little bit more. So that's a way to tell. Get lots of bubbles. And again, I can pick this up. It might be a little hard to see on the screen, but there's bubbles. And I'll try my hand at flipping. Okay, it needs to be a little bit hotter, so I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit. I turned it down before at the beginning when we started. And I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. I've got a clean plate here to put my finished pancakes on. Not too bad, but you can notice it wasn't as nicely browned as I'd like it to be, so that means I moved it up about 6 here, see if that helps. You should only have to flip it once. You don't want to keep flipping it. I'm going to try another one just to see if it gets a little browner. Again, I'm going to watch for bubbles. I should tell you, before I started, I washed my hands. It can tell my hair is back, so I don't get any hair in my food. Short sleeves. Don't want any long sleeves when you're cooking. Oh, that's a little bit better. Move it up just a pinch. But that one was much better. It's puffing up. They're turning out really nicely. So as you can see, I've got lots of batter. I'll do one more, but I'm not going to probably stand here and do all the batter because I am here by myself and I'm only going to eat probably maybe 2 pancakes at the most here. Almost done. Excuse me. Yeah, look how nice the back side of it now that I've got my temperature. Really nice and brown. One more. Oh, little drips there. Not my pan here. Okay, so I'm on my last one that I'm going to demo with you. But I hope everybody gets the concept of the drips. You're learning what each ingredient does. The sugar and the salt would have given me flavor and browning. It started to become much more nicely brown, and the flavor was better at the beginning. The first couple of steps with just milk, flour, and egg are not going to have a whole lot of flavor. Now I've got nice pancakes. Temperature's just right on my stove. Nicely browned. All right, I'll let that one finish cooking and I'll stop my recording. Hopefully that helped you with the lab.